Hello, everybody. You welcome to the Mzalendo Radio. I want you to first listen to what the president of Kenya said about Tanzania, and I'll explain to you something. Listen.
Today, in the intertrade between all our countries, Kenya was the leading country in terms of goods and services that we trade in East Africa. Today, Tanzania has overtaken Kenya, and I must commend Tanzania for the progress they are making, that the numbers are growing of trade between our countries. And as the numbers grow, different countries are selling more, different products, different services within our common market. It is what it is, and that is why we must work on this consistently together. Sasa nyinyi watu wa Tanzania mko na deni ya wa East Africa wengine. Yes. You have a debt to East Africans. That the unity that was figured out by our leaders, that started with only Zanzibar and Tanganyika then, it must not stop there. And you have an explanation to us why it should not.
Hello, everybody. You're welcome again. Now I want to explain. Today, President Ruto of Kenya was very, very honest, and he explained that the Kenyan economy has been overtaken by Tanzania through East African trading. I've always said this many times that Tanzania will overtake Kenya not only in trading but also GDP. Ruto also mentioned the togetherness of East Africa. Tanzania has to lead because Tanzania is a great example between Zanzibar and Tanganyika. Nyerere's spirit. So Ruto commended Tanzania on two things: economy and leadership. I've always said Tanzanian leadership is amazing, and Africa should copy Tanzanian kind of leadership. I've also always said Tanzanian economy will lead East Africa one day. But Kenyans now are blaming Ruto under Ruto that Tanzania has overtaken Kenya as East Africa's biggest trading partner. No, it's not Ruto's blame. This was predicted more than 10 years ago that Tanzania will overtake Kenya. So there's no way you're only going to condemn Ruto, when you don't condemn Kibaki Uhuru. Why only condemn Ruto? President Ruto is a honest president. I'm starting to like him. He honestly said Tanzania has overtaken Kenya, and that's a good thing, as he said. I quote. And honestly, that's a good thing, Tanzania overtaking Kenya, because that brings out the best of Kenya. This is a health competition. This is brotherly. This is a family competition, a health competition. The other one does better, you also work harder to do better. So Tanzania wants to keep that leading to be the biggest trading partner in East Africa. And guess what? Tanzania is going to work harder. Their leaders are going to work harder to maintain that lead right now. But also, guess what? The Kenyan leaders are also going to work harder because they want to regain their trading power in East Africa. What does that do? It brings out the best of leaders. The leaders are working harder to develop East Africa. Because now Tanzanian leaders right now, they are working harder to see that they maintain that lead. And the Kenyan leaders also right now is saying, no way, I want also to overtake to regain my glory back. You see? So what does that do? It brings leaders that are working harder and better. This competition is health competition again. And I think we should acknowledge Ruto, to be honest. Kenyans who are mad in the comment sections on Citizen TV when Ruto was honest, he said Tanzania has overtaken Kenya. No, you don't have to be mad. You have to clap and say, now let's make our leaders more accountable. Because Ruto was honest. Do you want a leader who's going to lie to you? Ruto was honest, and it's not Ruto's fault. This was predicted way before Ruto became the president of the Republic of Kenya. So, also Ruto mentioned leadership and East Africa's togetherness. Tanzania has to lead by example because Tanzania is already there. Tanzania, we owe them a debt. Tanzania has to remain. Tanzania has to remain together, an example for East Africa. When I also say Tanzania's leadership is amazing leadership. Now you see, Ruto has also talked about Tanzanian leadership. President Museveni has also talked about Tanzanian leadership. Tanzania is not that perfect, but they are good. They're amazing. Their leadership is better than many African countries. And let me go back to the economy. You see, as I said, this is good. It's going to bring out the best of Kenyan leaders because Kenyan leaders want to gain that glory back of being the biggest trading partner in East Africa. But Tanzania doesn't want to lose that glory right now. Tanzania is like, no way, I can't lose my glory that I've regained. So the leaders are going to work harder to maintain that glory. Guess what? Then you the citizens are going to benefit more. You wanna hitch, You see? Also, this is not a surprise when they said Tanzania was going to overtake Kenya. How many landlocked countries is Tanzania bordering? Malawi, Zambia, Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda. Those are 5 countries, and Eastern Congo. Those are 6 countries. How many landlocked countries is Kenya bordering? Uganda, Ethiopia, South Sudan. Only 3 countries. So there's no way Kenya was going to lead this for long. I've always been explaining this. If you understand economy and geography, you'll understand that Tanzania has a big advantage. So Tanzania overtaking Kenya is not a big surprise. Tanzania is nearly bordering 5 landlocked countries that depend on them for the export of their goods. Kenya is bordering 3 landlocked countries. You can add on Kenya also because Eastern Congo also uses Kenya. Eastern Congo also uses Mombasa Port. So you can add on maybe Eastern Congo even if it's not bordering Kenya and say 4. So Tanzania having more countries that are bordering them, that's an advantage of them over Kenya if you understand geography. You see? Now another thing I always explain is the Tanzania Rail Trail. I always explain the Tanzania Railway Master Plan. It's going to boost the Tanzania economy more because China is going to renovate to work on the Tanzania-Zambia railway, the Zambezi railway. And that's also going to boost the Tanzania economy way more. Even if Kenya also wants to work on the LAPSSET, connecting South Sudan and Ethiopia, that will also boost Kenya. So this will bring out the best of the leaders in East Africa. What's your take on this? I'll appreciate if you leave a comment because I'm proud of Tanzania, but I'm also proud of President Ruto being honest and telling Kenyans the truth. You Kenyans who are mad that Tanzania has overtaken, you guys don't understand geography. You need to be thankful because your president being honest, that means he's going to work harder to see that it tries to maintain, that it tries to regain that glory of Kenya's economic power in East Africa. And Tanzania leaders are also going to work harder to see that they maintain that power. So I'll appreciate if you leave a comment and kwaheri. Tuko pamoja, watu wa Afrika Mashariki.